Welcome to my office. I'm a television director. I've been one for years, and there's a joke that always kills at every television station, and now I'm going to reenact it for you. You ready? Go something like this. Ready, one? Take two. So the open of the show, a lot of people have not asked me about that, and they really should. It depicts what it's like to have a near-death experience, and as you probably know, I had a near-death experience, and it's just like walking down the tunnel that goes to the South Shore Electric Line and Chicago's Pedway. So how convenient is that? A lot of people have been telling me I need to spice this show up, that it's just not spicy. What I'm doing, I just decided, that we do a few things in our newscasts at work, and it of course garnered just enormous ratings. But we have these things, you'll see it like any show, like the Today Show, Good Morning Americana, or any of those fantastic morning shows. Whenever they run out of stuff to talk about, whenever they hit a dead end, they have what they call a franchise. And each one has a franchise open. For example, health news, lifestyles, someone you should know. Like these little opens that go. Like at CBS, everything starts with an I, like eye on health, eye on your foot. I got nothing to say. Oh, jeez. All right, as executive producer of this show, let me just tell you, that thing was too long. It just stretched out. It sucks. So we'll work on that and get it for next time. So I posed a question on my Facebook page. It is, what's your opinion of the ban on sodas over 16 ounces in New York? And I got a bunch of responses. The first one came from a Mr. Joe Lake, who said, I too. Joe here has found a loophole in this bogus law that they've passed there. You, instead of getting one big gigantic drink, you buy two little ones. You get two 16-ounce ones, and bam, you've got a 32-ounce one. And there's only one way to respond to that one, Joe. Ron Schwartz says, that sounds like a job for Mr. Question Answerer Man. Does he have some sort of bat signal-like thing to summon him? Well, Ron, you won't. Sucking up to me works really well, because I'll put you on the show every time if you suck up. And yeah, there is sort of a bat signal. It's not, it's not. It's just put out a box of wheat thins, and I'm on my way, because you know how I love the thins. Mark Anthony Smith says, it's sad. It's sad. Ooh. Well, it's not sad, Mark. It's the end of the fucking world is what it is. It's anarchy. No, it's not anarchy. That's something else. It's like a Nazi state. It's like if Adolf Hitler was running New York, and then he'd say, you cannot have any more giant Wiener Schnitzels because they're too big. 9 on the Wiener Schnitzel. Yeah, well, you know what? It's not sad. It's crazy. Mary Hoffman Livers, I know her from somewhere, says, stupid and stupid. Dave Hoffman says, what's your opinion on the seatbelt law? That's kind of smarmy, Dave. Why are we fighting? We don't want to fight. How about this, Dave? Well, if that were against the law some time ago, then we would have never had that fantastic movie line, "What's a big gulp, David?" Tell me what a big gulp is, David. I'll be right back. I just remembered I wanted a big soda. That's good big soda. Alyssa Krinsky says, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. Alyssa, have you heard One Direction yet? God, Alyssa, hi. Then Judith Flick Walton asks, what's the reasoning for the ban? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because everybody has diabetes. Oh, we can't drink a big soda. We have diabetes. It's gonna make us fat and diabetic. It's refreshing. And you know, I've got type 2 diabetes, so I can make fun of diabetics. You people suck. This guy, this Mayor Bloomberg, he's a megalomaniac, and he just, you know, I don't want people to drink soda in Manhattan. Well, listen to this. You've got garbage on the street all the time. Every garbage day, it smells like a fucking dump there in the, you know, the city that never sleeps. It's like the city that never bathes. It sucks because, well, they don't have the advantage of having alleys like Chicago does. So when a restaurant wants to put out the garbage, they just go out the front door and put it on the sidewalk. That's just no good. No good. But you won't see any more big sodas out there. Son of a bitch. Said, well, what if you want a big soda? And Dave Hoffman once again answered, well, they want ice water in hell. My friend Marty Tuttle from Louisville said, comparing our government edicts to hell won't strengthen your position with most, he said. And that's kind of smart. Tom Edwards asked me, is it Louisville or is it Louisville? And I didn't answer him because he said, you know, how do you pronounce the capital of Kentucky? Well, the capital of Kentucky is Frankfort, you dumbass. But back in the 70s, somebody, and I think it was the station I eventually worked for there, Wave, they did a campaign where they had I Heart Louisville, and they spelled it Lou-Vul. And yeah, everybody saw that and said, ooh, you know, people come in from out of town from the Derby and say, oh, it's pronounced Louisville. Let's pronounce it Louisville from now on. That's how they pronounce it Louisville. They pronounce it Louisville. Well, you know, that's not right, Tom. They have you know, there's like people in Shively, Kentucky say, oh, I'm going to drive up to Louisville. But the people that pronounce it correctly say Louisville. And then those people that put on those goofy outfits and drink mint juleps at the Derby, they call it Louisville. They've also painted the faces on all their lawn jockeys white, so which is nice. Why does it hurt when I pee? Welcome to Eye on Your Gut. It's time for medical news. And, you know, we just don't make this crap up. We get it from one of the most prestigious journals, medical journals in the world today, and that, of course, is the Downers Grove Journal of Medicine. And it is chock full of valuable information. And the latest, by the way, this is recent. This was today. So you know that this news is hot off the press. This is the thing that's got everybody talking. The coffee, it turns out, has all kinds of compounds in it and antioxidants, and it can actually fight things like cancer and venereal disease and herpes, and it is the best thing for you, which, once again, I'm totally screwed because I don't drink coffee. But you know what? I think I may have to take it up. By the way, my dad, who had cancer of absolutely everything, drank coffee 24 hours a day. He would go out there would be 140 outside, and he'd say, "Could I get a cup of coffee?" So you know, he'd drink it in the shower, and he just he was riddled with cancer. Riddled. This comes from a researcher in Crystal Lake, and he says he's discovered that blowjobs cure diabetes. Sadly, Kelly is away for the weekend. What else do we have here? Wine. It says here, wine. At least 3 glasses of wine a day will make a fairly average-looking woman seem attractive. Yeah, that's very important. And here's a study. Yeah, I marked this one. There's a study from the Ambien Institute. There's an Ambien Institute, and that's a drug. That's a sleep drug. People that they can't sleep at night, they take Ambien, and great, puts you right to sleep. Unfortunately, people have been known to go out and drive a car. They've made phone calls. They've cooked dinner. They've strangled their pets. But they have a recipe. the Ambien Institute has a recipe. They say if you take at least 2 Ambien and put it in a mojito, that you quadruple your chances of having anal sex. One second. Let's see here. Coupon. That's the medical news.
Technique, look out, there's a monster coming.
Oh, so one of the questions from last week, David Steele asked, what is the explanation of the name Back Home, and what is the status of that little house you grew up in? I was in a band called Back Home. And that's them, and me, I'm the one, I'm right there. Before it was against the law to drive just shit-faced drunk. And so we were on our way back from Shoals, and then we're all in the car together with a case of beer. And we are trying to pick a name for our brand new band. And, halfway home, somebody said, how about Do Not Pass? I don't know where we got that. But we got back home, and Joe Earler said, whoa, we're back home. And I said, see, there you go, right there. There's our name. Because, people can say, hey, what's the name of your band? And we can say, hey, we're back home. Well, I regretted that whole, that fantastic idea about 10 minutes after it happened, because nobody really got the name, nobody liked the name. I know I didn't like the name. And we'd play it like a sock hop or something. They still have sock hops. We'd play some dance, and the president of the D-Molay would make up posters, and it would say, dance tomorrow night with Back Homes. It was just discouraging as fuck. But that's and the house I grew up in, there's other people living there now. It's still standing. They don't do much with the yard.
Me. Generals gathered in their masses.
Get out of the way.
Just like witches at black masses.
Get out the way, bitch. Get out of the way.
Evil minds that plot destruction.
Get out of the way.